Hi, and welcome back to the Top Talent Family Festival #2. Coming up next is Crash World, Glenn MacLeod. Glenn, could you introduce yourself? Who is Glenn MacLeod and your project Crash World, dude?
I'm a guitar player primarily. As long as I've done this since I was a kid, and played in rock bands for like most of this lifetime. And then about 7 years ago, well, prior to that, I quit a band that was kind of spinning its wheels, and it took a few years, studied jazz a little bit, and then wanted a new challenge, so started an acoustic project with a singer, and it took on a lot of covers initially because I wanted new material that I'd never played before to kind of infuse what I might write. So we were doing songs from the 20s all the way to current stuff. And then when I did start writing, that idea had kind of worked, and was able to kind of find a lot of new inspiration in a new way by traveling back to an older kind of a style. And like Rich and a few other people, because we did it acoustically, Crash World covers a lot of ground. So last week I played a kind of a country themed song, and I think if I'm correct, today's song is a rock and roll song.
It's R&R Queen AD. That's the song today.
Right.
Could you tell me why you like that? Yep.
So this song is I think I was reading an Ian Hunter biography. Ian Hunter was the singer in Mott the Hoople. And so I was kind of, as you do when you read something like that, you travel through you're drawn back to listening to the music and that era. So I was listening to Aladdin Sane, David Bowie, and I'm a big Rolling Stones fan too. So, and it kind of occurred to me, it just kind of hit me like a bolt of lightning. I'm like, I've never really written a rock and roll song, or not in a long time. And like Ian Hunter says, and I totally agree, they seem easy, but they're not always easy to write. So this kind of came to me, and I thought it was working out. And lyrically, this is a tribute to, this song has to exist out of time because people are awfully touchy about things right now. We'll see what you guys all think. I've never listened to the song with a lot of people. It's sort of a tribute to the women that also were part of the rock star world in the 70s, for instance, like the GTOs and Pamela DeBar and Cynthia Plastercaster and all those people that, to me as a kid, I just thought, hey, they're just part of the scene. They just made it, that much more colorful. And so this is a bit of a tribute and meant as an empowering sort of a nod to the women of that time and to today. So yeah, and it's a lyric video I made. So yeah, let's see what you all think.
Do you know something, Glenn? I don't think there's any snowflakes in this music family, and there's a couple of activists in here, so absolutely nobody's going to mind this track. Daniel, you say you have to go. You're up next, Daniel. If you can hold on around for 10 more minutes, you are next. Daniel Defier, he says you had to go, but you are actually next. So Crash World with the song R&R Queen. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Get it.
Twirling a backstage pass at the end of a long, long finger, a finger that looked tipped in glass. She looked like she knew all of the cues. She probably knew more than many of the crew. She gave me a look, said a lot more than hello. She gave me a strong suspicion that she had been there before. She perfectly fit. She had taken the bit of this rock and roll life and all of its shit. Always crush you'll never conceal. The scope of a plan is down to the band and hold the keys to the kingdom and a rooftop band. She's a queen stepping out of her hi-fi limousine. Oh, there are standards to meet. Oh, you're out on the street. She's a career disciple, a rock and roll cycle. Nothing's ever really dead, it just gotta be recycled. She's the one who owns all the favors. She's the one with the fabulous flavor. No reason to doubt she's the original rock and roll savior. That's the great queen of the scene. She's the tattooed queen of our dreams. She's the dread to remind us she's a stone cold straight up, no regrets rock and roll queen. She's a queen in high heels. She got that wet dream appeal. She's a leggy 6-footer. Oh, the other girls misunderstood her. It wasn't just the sex, it was the music investment, all the fun of the fair, and that glorious hair. She's a peach with the trick up her sleeve. She's perfection the gods have conceived. She's a woman for the ages. She's a woman once fulfilled in our team. She's the leopard queen of the scene. She's the tattooed queen of our dreams. She's the thread that reminds us she's a stone cold straight up, no regrets rock and roll queen. Oh yeah, she's a stone cold straight up, no regrets rock and roll queen. Yes, she is. She's a stone cold straight up, no regrets rock and roll queen. Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll, baby. Absolutely brilliant, Glenn. Well, you know, I think you're absolutely magnificent, dude. Absolutely magnificent. Let's start from the bottom and we'll work our way up this time. G, then Rich.
Yeah, great recording. I mean, you can hear every instrument pop out. The mix was fantastic. The video that went along with the song. I mean, the production, great job.
Hey, thanks very much.
Well said, Rich.
And you have a tongue-in-cheek element to your song. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. There's so much going on there, and it all works. There's some 70s glam rock, some 80s with those horn synths going on, some 80s stuff going on. There's a bit of a 60s feel in there. You've hit like 3 decades, in my opinion. You banged them all off perfectly. You brought them all together to make a very fresh sounding rock and roll song. Like G said, wow, I sat just kind of bopping my head thinking, this, as a producer, this thing's mixed brilliantly. Like, holy crap. The piano's in there nicely. It sparks out when it needs to be. The lead guitar comes in nice. Those synth horns, everything fits perfectly. Great production and very cool song. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. I think it followed your song nicely. Those are actually real horns. This project really indulged my stuff too. We did that at Hipposonic. You're in Vancouver too, so you would probably you know there. So yeah, big production, went all in, and it was a lot of fun to do that. And the fellow that mixed it was top notch for sure. So yeah,
I'm surprised he mixed the horns almost to sound like a synth. It worked. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if a real tower power horn section, that sound would have worked. It needed to be a little bit electrified. You know? It was perfect.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well said, well said. I can see you two being best mates, and I'll see the both of you at the TT Blues meeting tomorrow night. What does that mean? Yeah. You don't know. Eddie, and then Michael. Yeah, Eddie, what's your thoughts? Mr. Barber, it's crashed until he can.
Oh.
There you go. Yep.
Yes. Very good song, very good visuals. Somebody spent a lot of time doing a lot of research to find all those visuals that match the song perfectly. I mean, very catchy, very much enjoyed it. Good job. 2 thumbs up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was me doing the doing the visuals to it. You're not kidding. Took a long time.
Well said.
Well,
well
they
said.
matched really, really well.
Thanks very much.
Wonderful. Michael, and then Mark Story. Michael?
Yeah, to kind of comment on what Rich said, it sounds like it was recorded at Hipposonic, but it sounds great, but it sounds really live. Like listening to it, I can see the show, which I think is very valuable. I would buy that ticket.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
me too.
I appreciate that, but actually I would say you can't see the show because it's actually, as I said, we still perform as an acoustic duo currently. So
Right.
and out of 15 songs on the album, that's one, although we've been back playing since the summer, that's the one I just texted the other fella and said, why don't we give this one a try acoustically? Because naturally it doesn't seem to lend itself to an acoustic performance, but hey, we'll give it a shot. And you never know, sometimes those things can be really cool in their own way. So yeah.
I mean, it's a big enough chorus. I feel like it would carry that energy. However you present it.
Yeah, it may. So yeah, thanks very much.
Absolutely. Marky boy, Mark Story then, Chris and so.
Yeah, interesting you talk about the Ian Hunter book, because if that's Diary of a Rock and Roll Star by Ian Hunter about their tour, I read that book 4 or 5 times. It's compulsive, and
absolutely
the women that you're singing about, people like the GTOs and Baby Buell and Pamela Day Barr, Plaster Casters, they were as big as the stars themselves. You know? They weren't like downtrodden women. It's just a great fun song, a great production. I love it. And you transported me back in time to better days when rock and roll was fun and the media hadn't taken it over and ruined it.
Well, thanks very much. The reason that I added the AD to the title, because that's a little bit of a riff on, I'm sure many of us, if not all of us, have seen Almost Famous. So it's a little bit of it's got that kind of vibe running through it too. And the AD is alluding to the famous Lester Bangs quote that's used in that movie, that rock and roll died a death in '73. So that's why I added that. So yeah, as you say, before the media took it and changed it.
But we're going to change that, aren't we?
We are.
Absolutely. And hey, why don't we make our own media?
Hey, there's an idea.
Don't need mainstream media when I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris and so, then fate will come. Chris and so.
Yes. We really liked the rock and roll side with the mix of acoustic and electric sounds. The production of the song is really impressive. And in all fairness, even if the song lasts for 5 minutes, we follow the song and we do not get bored. Honestly, it's a great job.
Yeah, very great job. Bravo.
Well,
thanks so much. Yeah.
Renita, then Miles.
Very, very, very. It's a very cute song. Oh, you recorded Hipposonic. Okay. Tell you something. My husband used to be on the road with Rob Darch, the owner of Hipposonic Studios, a long time ago. My husband was a light man, so Rob Darch, if I remember correctly, he used to be a keyboard player in a band. So yeah, I've never been to Hipposonic. I've always wanted to go and meet Rob, and I haven't. So yeah, awesome song, great video.
Thanks very much. Yeah, Rob, he's still there owning things and running the show. Great guy for sure, really, and a beautiful studio.
I need to look at this. I don't know about studio talk. I'm going to look at a bit of research after. Miles, then David, and our next guest Daniel. So Miles,
really cool song. Love the visuals. It reminded me of being out on the road too. Anyhow,
nice.
Cheers.
Thank you.
David Roper, who's up after Daniel. I'll tell you the list. We've got Daniel, then David, Chris and Saw, Pilot the Moon, and Miles. So we've got 5 songs left. Sorry, it's ran over the time. I would sit a 10-hour show. If anyone's stuck for time, just let us know after this section and we'll put you, there's only 5 songs left. We'll be as quick as we can now. So David, what's your compliment on Daniel? David Roper?
Well, I loved the way the song was produced. I mean, it was a nice bound together song. There were no loose bits in it. It was all hanging together, but the production I thought was excellent, absolutely superb production. And the video was a real compliment to it. I loved it.
Thanks very much. Yeah,
Daniel,
I'll just quickly say that you know, we after many years of recording kind of with Pro Tools and tiny studios and sending tracks around, which is a fantastic way to work, and the modern world allows us to do that, which is amazing. To indulge again for the first time in a long time and go into a big studio and have a horn section and just go to town, that's something that I would like. I loved it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it again exactly, but I really loved that. It was an amazing experience to sort of relive that and to experience it again with great people working on it. So yeah, I'll pass along the compliments on the production because it really was amazing. So thank you all. Thanks very much.
Daniel, what's your compliments there and Crash World before we get to your section, young man?
Yeah, love the whole thing. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely, short and sweet, the best way. So Glenn McLeod and his band Crash World, thanks for being a marvelous guy. Till the next time, dude.
Thanks.
You know,
I'm hanging
a
around.
lot more of this, man. We've seen a lot more. Daniel Defire, I know you're in a bit of a rush now. Sorry about this. Daniel, could you tell us who is Daniel Defire Tatuli and what type of music do you do?
Yes, so my name is Defire. I am a composer, guitarist, rapper, and I'm going to be showcasing my song Zoned In. This is off of my album Positive Vibrations, and the summary behind Zoned In is basically just really being focused on like your goals and just like really just achieving what you want. No matter what career that you're in or what kind of goals that you set for yourself, kind of thing. Yeah, and then I'm also going to be showcasing my music video for that very soon, which is still in the process. I am also a guitarist for my band Garage Revival that I'm going to be releasing my first album, The Journey, very soon. I've been posting teasers on Facebook. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, Instagram, keep in touch because more content will be coming soon.
And Daniel's the type of guy, if you've got Daniel's back, he's got your back, and he's just a young man. We love you to bits, Daniel. So without further ado, let's get acquainted with your music if you're not already. Zoned In by Daniel Tatuli, stage name Defire. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Zoned in, final track, the code. Buckle seat, enjoy the ride, roller coaster strapped in. That's why I'm pressed, get ready to win. Stay in the moment, I'm zoned in. Stay in the moment, I'm all in. Present moment where I begin. Focus mind on my own skin. Never forget where I've been. Switching lanes, switching in. On the road, one way in, one way out. Exit left, pushing limit, got nothing left. Pushing hard, catch my breath. Feel my strength, feel my rap. Vivid dreams, flashbacks. All distractions on my left, all distractions on my right. I can be in the zone, do this thing right. Switching through the streets, just like a kryptonite. I'm in the zone, catch it doing this day and night. I'm in the zone, place of harmony. I'm in the zone, place to be alone. I'm in the zone, place I wanna be. I'm in the zone, place I wanna flee. I'm in the zone, place of harmony. I'm in the zone, place to be alone. I'm in the zone, place I wanna be. I'm in the zone, place I wanna flee. Days on is where I gotta be. Vibes to change, just be free. Monopods where I wanna be. Feel so heavenly, no one to leave. Living the zone is my belief. Brass ring, got cheap. Know you want and high perceive. Victory, never defeat. never trick. Always treat a joint pumping OC. Laser focus, never treat. Laser focus, not stream. Moving forward just like a stream. What you know, not what you see. My sanctuary's evergreen. Sanctuary, I'm the king. All distractions, all night. I could be in the zone, do this thing right. Swapping through the streets, just like our kryptonite. I'm in the zone, guys, we're doing this day and night.
Zoning like a meditation beneath a waterfall. This is my affirmation, I know I can do it after all. Icing on the shoulders of giants, so you know I'm rather tall. Willing to make your shots, me I'd rather ball. Flowing strong just like a river. Generous because I'm a giver. Even though she's gone, I never miss her. Sometimes I wish that I could still kiss her. Time moves on and so do I. I send my prayers up to the sky. When I'm gone, don't wonder why. Just keep our memories flashing before your eyes. I'd rather live, never say die. I'd rather see you than say bye. I tell the truth rather than lie. I don't want to fall, I prefer to fly.
I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place of harmony. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place to be alone. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna be. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna flee.
I'm zoning like cardio fitness. See how this catch, you know I'm Guinness. You better know I'm about my business. Breaking records like I'm Guinness. I testify like Jehovah's Witness. Versus blessed, we all feel within it. That's a joining witness to winning. We all got to start, I know we're finished. I'm like a chef, serve up with top fish. I'm like a shark, you know, in a bottle. You don't like me, don't like office. Just stay away, drive my office. On the top, look, I lean the shot. They wanna go to you in the sock. When I enter, I'm on top like a foam on a beer on the cream in the car.
Yeah, all distractions all night. I can be in the zone, do this thing right. Sweeping through the streets, just like a kryptonite. I'm in the zone, catch me doing this day and night. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, a place of harmony. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place to be alone. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna be. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna flee. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, a place of harmony. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place to be alone. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna be. I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone, place I wanna flee. Hey, zone in, right on track, decode, yeah. In the zone, in the zone. I'm in the zone, in the zone. I'm in the zone, in the zone. I'm in the zone, in the zone.
Love it. In the zone by Fire. So I think Eddie Barber had to go. He only had 2 hours in his schedule, but he's in the family for the long haul, so he is. And David, do you really need to go very quickly, David?
I have to. Yeah, I'm sorry. The food's done, and I'm gonna really upset my wife.
Well, listen, bro, I promise you, come on Tuesday show and you open the show Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's the best. Sometimes it runs over late. There's nothing really we can do. But David, Tuesday show 7 p.m. You open the show. Is that okay, brother?
I'll definitely try. Okay, mate. I'll try.
If not Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. There's 3 shows. You can pick your day and you'll go first. All right,
Okay,
Dave?
mate.
One
All
love.
right.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks, David.
See you,
Bye-bye.
David.
Bye-bye. So yeah, Daniel, that was fire, man. Miles and then Mark Story. What's your thoughts? Miles and Mark.
Very interesting song. Really liked it. And the rap sounded great.
Watching helps you find out.
And I'm not a big rap guy, but I like this a lot.
That's it. You know, even if a genre is not your genre, how could you possibly sit with somebody in a room and hear them introducing the song and not like it? There's not one song that I've never not liked, even if it's not my genre. Being in somebody's company, it makes it that much better, no matter if it wasn't any good, you know. But Daniel, that's the fire. You even get the older generation listening to it. So well done, bro. Well done. Mark Story, then Rich.
Yeah, what I love about all of this is the fact that you get a chance to listen to stuff you'd never normally listen to and appreciate it, you know. What I liked about that was it's really cool rap. It's not particularly my genre, but it was really well done. I've subscribed to your channel. I found you and I subscribed to you. And if there's anyone out there on this show today or anyone else in the family who I haven't subscribed to or following, please get in touch with me. And I'll make sure that I support you and get your music out there as best I can.
Muted again. Well said, Matt. Well said. So Rich and then Renita.
Daniel, how you doing, fellow Canadian?
Hey.
I loved it, man. You know, what's great about this family is that you can get, after Glenn and I, suddenly you come in and you're completely like left turn. You made a left turn in genres and sounds. And if I was following the lyrics correctly, I absolutely love it's an ode to self-empowerment. If I got it right, I mean, you're talking about empower the self. You talk about some crap that goes on, but in the zone means, hey, I've got it. I've got this handled. Did I read into it correctly?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Okay, because that I absolutely love. What a great message. You know, well done. I was quite impressed.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Renita, then Crash World, then our next guest, Chris. And so, Renita, what's your thoughts there?
Great melody line. I love the whole style of the song. It was awesome. Yeah, excellent. Your voice is excellent. Great production.
Thanks.
Well said. Well said. Glenn, then Chris. And so.
Yeah, I loved it too. I love the like the refrain of "In the Zone." Really, I found it really positive, and some of the other lyrics I didn't really hear that well. So the vibe of the song was positive. So that's what I took from it, and I love the production and the track itself. It has this momentum and this propulsion of just kind of moving on and rolling forward. And I found that to match the lyric really well too. So it really worked for me. Yeah, great job.
Thanks.
Well said. Well said. Chris and so, what would you like to say to Daniel before we get to your section? Chris and so?
Yes.
We wanted to say that it is a really good job and that the music has a really good rhythm. Then the song is fire. We have a question. Are you alone on some musics, or are you always doing music with other people?
Yeah, so for this song, me and my buddy actually collaborated. So yes, I do have like my own stuff that I do solo, but now as an artist, I'm just trying to collaborate, which is with as many musicians as possible, and then just kind of like expand my style.
Well said. The new entrant, Berserk. Nice song on the radio. Daniel, thanks for being a marvelous guest. If you have to shut off now, thanks for coming, and we'll see you again the next time.
Yeah.
Daniel,
thanks for having me. Thank you, everybody.
Pleasure.
All right.
So we've got 3 acts left now. We did have 5, now it's 3, so we're nearly finished, ladies and gentlemen. And we picked these in no order. We picked them. If anyone says I must have this time, we give them it, and then everyone else, if it just makes it easier, you know, isn't it? So coming up next, we have Chris and So from France. Could you introduce yourself, Chris and So?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So this is Chris and So. They are both a couple. Yes, and they have no particular music style. They are not video professionals, so please be nice on the video. They only started music to write music 2 years ago, and they put all their energy on the song. So the song that they are going to present to you today is Uproar. This song is about relationship difficulties that people can go through. And so the song is a pop rock song, and we just wanted to add that all their songs are inspired from their lives.
Yeah.
Well, without further, if it's anything like the last song, it's going to be really good. I love the last track. So Chris and So with Uproar. Let's get acquainted if you're not already. One love, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
few I see after 30 years. You scare me. You run from me. And one with me. And one with me. So much of you have changed. You're no longer the same man that I knew. That I knew. This story has brought you down. What does cut you and makes you despair? What don't you will leave you let bare? What don't you will leave you let and start to sing.
Chris and so everybody from France.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I loved it. I loved it. I'm going to start on the top this time. Mark Story, then Miles. Mark, what's your thoughts?
It sounded like it was a very personal song. The lyrics seem very, very personal. It's a great melody and very haunting. And I liked it a lot. It was very good. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Miles, then Renita, then Rich.
Yeah, I liked it a lot also. The track is wonderful. Love the drums. All in all, the whole song is really, really good.
Merci beaucoup. Thanks.
Thanks.
On est tout nouveau dans la musique, dans le mix, dans tout, et c'est compliqué pour nous. On est ravis.
Yes, so they are very new in music and they are really glad to hear that you really like their song.
Et c'est fait en home studio.
And yes, the songs are made here in their home.
Brilliant, honestly. I'd love to be a fly in the wall in your house and sit and watch you. So it'd be nice. And I know you wouldn't know what I'm saying, but the people who speak English will. Fantastic. So Renita, then Rich.
Yes, beautiful video. I love I love the whole way the video was done. I love the style that you put into, instead of showing the guitar solo the regular way, it was like stop motion. It was awesome and a beautiful song. Sounded excellent.
Merci. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Well said. Let's go Rich, then Michael, because G, you're up next. Rich, then Michael, then Glenn.
But what I have to, it's interesting, is what I have to say, when the song started, there was nothing there. And I'm not saying this as a critique, I'm just saying the beauty of what this song did to me is when I first listened, I don't know if because it was so different from what Daniel gave us, but I listened and I thought, oh, you know, how am I going to come up with something nice to say? And about 20 seconds in, without realizing it, I was pulled in. And I'm about 2.5 minutes in and I'm thinking, I'm completely lost in the song. And there's something about music, and you guys hit it. And I hope that you can translate to this to them. They really hit that something that's hard to peg, but that's the beauty of music. You guys hit the right atmosphere, you hit the right element, and I got pulled, literally pulled into the song. Brilliant, loved it.
Oh, merci.
En fait, il disait qu'au début, il ne savait pas trop quoi dire, mais au bout de quelques secondes, quelques minutes, il a tout de suite accroché. Il s'était emporté dans la musique.
Thanks. Very good travel. So thanks a lot for us.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Well said, Rich. Great answer. Michael, Glenn, and then G. Michael?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere and the textures were amazing, but I think the thing that impressed me most is you guys are here with a translator, and you wrote and sang this song in English, which was not something I was expecting, but I thought you guys did a really good job, especially portraying the story in a second language, which is incredible. So really great work.
Il a dit qu'il était très impressionné par le fait que vous avez dit différentes langues et que vous chantiez en anglais et que la musique, il arrive à suivre l'histoire.
Okay, mais notre anglais is very so bad, and so sorry for that.
No, it was great.
Oh, no. Oh, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Merci.
Glenn, and then G. Glenn?
Yeah, I really love the song. The atmosphere took me away right away. I love two things. I loved when you would blend your voices together. You sound great together. And I really loved the guitar playing in the song. I love that kind of that repetitive or melody that was kind of counter to the groove in a way. And then the solo at the end I thought was very tasteful and great too. So as a guitar player, nice job.
Oh, yeah, very good job.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Very well done. So G, what's your thoughts there, G? What's your thoughts, G?
Yeah, I thought that the track behind the vocals was fantastic. The lyrics, it didn't hold back on the lyrics. And I think there's a lot of relationships or broken relationships that can really relate to those lyrics. That was a great job.
Oh,
Thank you, Chris and So, for being a great guest tonight, and thank you to the translator as well. What a wonderful job you're doing.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you, the three of you. One love. Until the next time. Chris and So. One love. So coming up second from last, we've got Pilot the Moon. G, could you tell us who is Pilot the Moon, and tell us why you wrote the song called House?
Sure. Pilot, I'm G from Pilot the Moon. We're from Southern California. We're a 6-piece, big, powerful rock and roll band. And the first time you had us on the show, we did like a 3-minute tight Southern rock breakup song. This kind of showcase our other side. It's a longer song. It's more of a progressive song. It is definitely not Southern rock. We kind of, like I think I've heard on the show today, that our songs are from Southern rock to ballads to hard rock to whatever comes out of the machine. So this is House. I wrote this song about a creepy house on at the end of my street when I was growing up, and I thought, well, I bet you there's a lot of people that had a creepy house in their neighborhood. So it's about a creepy haunted house that when we don't want to get near it because you never know what's going to come popping out of it. And then it causes nightmares. So this house is about a creepy house. It can cause you some nightmares.
Well, I can't wait. I'm sure everyone can't wait to hear it, actually. G and his band, Pilot the Moon, with the song House. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Enjoy.
disappear into the distant shadows.
Take it, there's a long outro there. Absolutely great. Hi, at the moon, everybody. That was a total different track from the last one, isn't it? You're right there. So let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the bottom. Michael, then Glenn, then Rich.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. It was what, 6.5 minutes long, but it didn't feel like it. I think the arrangement was really well set up so that every section had a payoff, and it just carried you really nicely through. The guitars are amazing. I think the one thing is I would like to hear the vocals mixed a little higher, just because the vocals are amazing, and I was losing them a touch under the guitars, but I think the song was great.
Yeah, this was one of the first songs we wrote, and one of the first recordings. We did the recording ourselves in our rehearsal room, so it was definitely the first one out of the gate. So yeah, I definitely can hear what you're saying. Yeah, it was definitely a do-it-yourself project.
Yeah, well, it sounds great.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant track, brilliant track. Glenn, then Rich.
Yeah, I wouldn't know it was a do-it-yourself. It sounded fantastic to me, and some smoking guitar playing in there.
Thank you.
I love the way, like, coming out of the solo, how it led into the chorus. I thought that was really powerful, and I love the chorus with the, with the space in the chorus, with the melody consistent over top of it. That's really a powerful thing. Love the prog element. Love the keyboard solo that kind of introduced section 2. Yeah, amazing. Really dug it. And again, yeah, didn't feel like a long song to me.
Yeah, it's probably one of our longer songs. And we have 2 keyboardists in the band, so we got the prog thing is definitely one of the keyboard. They're brothers, and one of them is primarily like a piano player. The other one is a Moog synthesizer, Hammond organ guy. So yeah.
Wow, you got a Jethro Tull thing going on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Really great. I wonder what the 6th member would be, because when I hear, like, when you described it, I was like, well, it's, classically you think 5, and I'm like, what is that 6th player? But 2 keyboard players. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very unique, isn't it? Very unique. Rich, and then Fate Will Come. Benita, Rich.
Hey, AG, I love the idea of the theme where it comes from, the house. You nailed it. We all grew up with that house that you don't go near in your neighborhood.
Right.
And using all the old silent film clips and that, the video was very cool. But the song itself, holy cow, I love it. It's like it almost had movements to it. There's a classical element to it with this that breakdown synthesizer in the middle, and the movement in the middle of the song isn't expected, but it totally works. And you guys are, of course, exploring the minor keys pretty heavily, which completely makes the theme and sets that mood. And it's Halloween. It's a perfect month to listen to that song. Yeah. Well done, G. I was really impressed. Like everybody else said, I'm not a big fan of long music. You heard me at the very beginning. I often think the songwriters go too long with their song, but not yours. 6.5 to 7 minutes. I sat there kind of, this is cool, particularly the way you shifted in and out of different movements. Well done. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And like Glenn said too, also for do-it-yourself, that's pretty damn good.
Brilliant. World class. So Fate Will Come then, Chris and So.
Yes, I loved it. Don't ask a rocker, because I don't know anything about it. No, it's awesome. I love the changes. It's good to do something unexpected with the song, not to follow. I love people that don't follow the rules like me. And the video was great. I love the whole style of that you use the old classic film movie added in there, and it's just like excellent. Good job.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Chris and so, and then the three amigos, Mark, Miles, and G, they're all friends before they come into the family. So Chris and so.
Yeah. So we really like the dark side of the music that makes the video look like a film. We also like the rock and roll side and a lot of surprises, changement, and the rhythm. The musical harmony is awesome. Honestly, a really great job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Redbeard, what's your thoughts here, Mr. Story?
Yeah, well, the minute I heard that kind of heavy grinding stop-start riff, I was sold 100%. It's a great song. It is a long song, but it keeps you entertained, and the video is right up my street. So yeah, good work. I mean, you guys, you got some incredible songs. I've been listening to your stuff. Obviously, I listen to your YouTube channel, and it's I personally really like it as well. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Not my language.
And Miles, I don't know if you know, but I've renamed you Miles. Miles the Legend Cohen. Absolutely, nobody else has brought two. Nobody else has brought 6 individuals into the family, which he's done himself, and he just clicked his fingers and did it. Miles, what's your thoughts on Pilot the Moon?
Well, one of my favorite bands, obviously. G, you're a great songwriter. I've told you this before, and I'll tell you it again in front of everyone. Love the song, love the video. Peace to you.
Thanks, Miles.
Well said, Miles. Well said. G, thanks very much, dude. Pilot the Moon, get back on here as soon as you can. We'll be in touch to get you on the next show. Pilot the Moon every day. G.
Thank you.
Till the next time, dude. So coming up to end the show is the legend himself, Miles Cohen. Hey, Miles, could you introduce yourself? Who is Miles Cohen? What do you do, Miles?
This song is off my EP called Archives. It's called Stringing You Along. I'm very proud of it. Let's take a listen.
Let's go. Without further ado, it's Stringing You Along by Miles Cohen. One love. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.